Alright guys, we've got a 1991 Acura NSX. This vehicle currently has 129,906 very well cared for miles. Now this particular vehicle is equipped with the jet black gloss base paint job, and then you've also got the black leather interior. Now this particular vehicle is actually my own personal ride. I've had it for almost 2 years, and I've put roughly about 8,000 miles on it in the 2 years. I've got another vehicle that I drive, but this thing has been absolutely phenomenal. Very, very reliable. I've had hardly any issues with it at all. Definitely one of the better semi-exotic vehicles on the market as far as reliability goes and getting something exotic. So now this vehicle is equipped with the 3.0 liter V6 motor, and then you've got the manual 5-speed transmission. This car does have a couple of different adds. You've got the aftermarket TSW rims. In the rear you've got a 19-inch rim, and in the front you've got an 18-inch. So you've got staggered rims. And then you've got, I believe they're Falken tires on there, and I put those on last summer. They've got less than 3,000 miles on them, but definitely in good shape. Should last you a couple more years. I love the car. The only reason I'm selling is looking to invest some of the money from the vehicle into my business and get things rolling there a little bit more. So sad to see it go, but part of life to pull some of the funds out and try to make the business bigger, if that makes sense. So the vehicle, I would not hesitate to drive this thing across the country. It has been an awesome car, no problems whatsoever. The front bumper I had repainted just because I had quite a few rock chips on it, so that looks better. The hood's got a little bit of rock chips. I didn't have that repainted. The front fenders have a little bit as well. The rims, just because they're such a deep dish rim, they have some crash on all 4 of the rims. They could definitely be repaired. Just something that hasn't bothered me too much to have done. The previous owner, there are a few buff marks just from buffing. The paint is almost, is over 20 years old, so there's a few little burn marks on the edges. Something you could have repainted, but again, didn't drive me nuts enough to have it redone. I wouldn't classify this vehicle as a show vehicle. I would definitely classify it as a daily driver, but it's in fairly decent shape. I'd probably rate the car right at a, considering the year, I'd say an 8.25 out of a 10. Cosmetically. Mechanically, it's phenomenal. The previous owner is a local guy who actually owns a company called Turbo Lab. He specializes in NSXs. He's very passionate about them, but he owned the vehicle before, maintained it meticulously. A few more buff marks on the edge of that fender, but just want to disclose as much as possible. I know when you're looking at a vehicle of this caliber, you want to know as much as possible. Vehicle's never been in any accidents. Verified by auto check. Interior's in great shape. I had some of the seats redone. Door panels, they're a little worn. You could probably touch that up a little bit with an interior guy. I've just never done it. AC's ice cold, works very well in the middle of the summer. Driven this car quite a bit in the summer, so the vehicle is always garaged. But I tell you what, I've had a lot of different vehicles and a lot of exotic stuff, and this thing gets attention like no other, so. Front lights function properly, all the electronics function properly on the car. Still has the original Bose sound system. That was one thing I was possibly looking into redoing. I've had all the windows retinted just recently, so you've got brand new film on there. Timing belt and water pump were done roughly right at 115,000 miles, and that was about 3 years ago, again by the previous owner. All right, let's go ahead and start it up for you. Car runs really well. Been very meticulous about servicing it. I've had it serviced, I think, 2 times since I've purchased it in the last 2 years. Full synthetic oil by Joe down at Turbo Lab. Show some of the curb rash on the rims. The windshield sill is actually starting to curl a little bit. I was actually going to look at having that done. May or may not get to it, but just wanted to show everything on the vehicle. That should be a pretty easy and simple fix. Again, the car is 22 years old, so this is stuff you would expect. The calipers are painted red. We've got cross drilled discs. So the motor runs very smoothly. All right, let's go ahead and turn it off. Interior's in good shape. Some of the, you've got a little bit of blemishes here that could be sanded down and redone. It's just from the age of the vehicle. But overall, in pretty decent shape. So hopefully that gives you a little bit better idea of what kind of condition the car's in. If you do have any other questions or concerns, definitely don't hesitate to either give me a phone call or shoot me an email. I'd love to address any of those. I do appreciate your time, and definitely look forward to the possibility of working with you. Thank you so much.